What's up, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Headquarters, and America's team? It's your crew, the What's Up Wednesday crew, in the Cowboy Huddle. And we like to say, what's up?
What's up?
Y'all remember that?
Yeah. On the phone, man. Shoot.
We got to see what's up with these Cowboys. That's what we got to see.
What's up with them Cowboys? That's what we need to be saying tonight. What's up?
I want to know what's up with this guy right here, man.
Ooh, man. So, hey, here we are, guys, on What's Up Wednesday tonight. I know it's been a long journey, and here we are. I'm joined with, next to me, allow me to buddy in sports, Root in the house, and below him is 21 Armando 21 with 95,000 followers on TikTok. And we got the big dude, my main man, Dallas Cowboy Chris. So what's going on, fellas? How's everybody doing tonight?
We're just 7,400 on TikTok.
Join the group, bro. Don't be upset. I'm right there with you, brother. There's no way we can catch up. I'm not that creative.
We're gonna make it happen here on the huddle. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah. So man, we got a lot to talk about, man. We don't want to waste nobody's time because I know everybody's foaming at the mouth or biting at the bit, whatever. But anyway, before we get started, we'd like to say thank you to everyone that's a part of this Cowboy Huddle, and we want to say thank you, and we want to say welcome.
Yes, sir.
All right. Here we are, fellas. Here we are. So, where y'all want to start?
Where do we start? So, let's start with this Washington game, man. Let's start. I know it was last week, but we if you sat through that game, you sat through a lot. You sat through a lot. It was tough. We got a lot to fix. If this is a team that shows up on Monday, I hate to say it, but we might be one and done, man. So we need to get it together, man. These Cowboys, we need to, I'm a big believer in the, what do they call it? The this little chart that came out. Cowboys should win the next 4 games. Yeah. So I'm a believer in that, and I'm a believer in my boys. Hey, let's go Cowboys.
All right. Well, Rue, what's going on with you, brother? What's on your mind right now before we get into all this? What's going on? Fill us in.
Man, there's a lot to think about. There's a lot to really process. And honestly, man, there's a lot of balls in the air with this team. There's not a lot of teams out there that have a coach that wins their 24 games in 2 seasons whose job's on the line. And it's kind of crazy to think that that's the reality of the world that we live in as Cowboy fans. And it's just like, I know what Jerry said on the phone. I don't know if I really believe that or not, but I think there's a real possibility that if things don't go well on Monday night, you might see a big shift. And it seems like we're going to see a big shift anyway, because a lot of this coaching staff's got job opportunities, and I can't wait to see Kellen Moore in Carolina. Please go on and take him. I appreciate it.
That's the latest rumor, isn't it? That is the latest rumor. God, no, I told you I'm going to call on him myself. Say, hey, he's a great guy. You might want him. Chris, what you got on your mind? Yeah, I'm serious. Hell, I give him my 75-inch television to go with it. Yeah.
Right? We'll throw the deal.
What's on your mind, Dallas Cowboy Chris?
What's up, man? You know what the big fella's doing, living the life of the 300-pound club. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, it is What's Up Wednesday. It is playoff time. It is playoff time in America, and we're cheering for America's team. I know we're gonna get into a lot of things tonight, man, but it's funny to me. I'm sitting here. I was listening to y'all, man, before the show started, and now the show has started, and I've been watching on TikTok, on YouTube, and everybody got these like we've already lost vibes. Why? The season is over now. It's a brand new season. The Cowboys are 0-0. So let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
That's a good one. That is a good one. So since we are saying that we 0-0 before, I know we need to stay resilient, but we have to go back to the past in order to get to the present and to the future. So let's go back to the past. And I want everybody to kind of expound on what they saw on last Sunday and what they thought about that game. Rue, go ahead. Let's get started, man. Fill us in on how you feel about that game on Sunday against the Commanders.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm with Chris. I'm done and it's over with. And I'm just like, I've been dwelling on it all week. I'm done with this regular season because this was the worst season by far Dak Prescott has ever had.
We were 12-5. We were 12-5. How can you say that?
In his career, his numbers for what he did in his 12 games that he played. Yes, the team is 12-5, but like we say every week, this is a team game.
Yeah.
So I understand that the weapons and everything else has been on the negative side for Dak Prescott. I understand that he opened the season with Dennis Houston as a starting receiver on this team. And I understand that things have had to shift, have had to mold all throughout the season. But the bottom line is for him and the standards that Dak Prescott has as a seventh-year quarterback in this league, the man had the worst season he's ever had. He threw 15 interceptions in 12 games. I'm sorry. Now, all that can be forgiven. All you got to do is take care of business on Monday night, which I very well believe he can do. But the truth be told, I went into this season with him teetering on the edge of that 10-11 spot because honestly, man, aside from like 2 to maybe 3 guys you can make an argument for, it's like them and then everybody else is fighting for a spot because truth be told, depending on what you like and what you prefer, you can mix and match between 4 to 10, 4 to 11. And then honestly, from that 9 to 15 spot, you can do some playing around there too. So it's few and far between that you're going to get those guys that over exceed what's in front of them when the odds are against them to do so. Because it's not like other quarterbacks didn't lose weapons this year and then continue on their winning ways and continue on to do what they do. But Dak Prescott, we're still in this like mode where it's like, man, I see him do amazing things. And then it's like, bro, what was that? And it's been Jekyll and Hyde all year.
So, and I know we want to move on, but I'm since nobody has nothing to say, and I'm just going to say this here.
We got plenty to say. It was time, You
okay? Well, I thought maybe you said y'all were done with it. So
I'm done with that part of it.
Okay, so yeah, so we're going to talk about the Commanders, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. So come on, Dallas Cowboy Chris, what's on your mind, brother?
Well, you told me to go back in the past. So, man, I want to tell you, man, I'm really happy about Larry Brown picking off that pass so we can win that Super Bowl. Really am. Or did I go too far back?
No, I mean that was the last time we.
Well, no, you told me to dwell in the past. So that's how us Cowboy fans.
No, I'll take that. Yeah, I can always use some good news.
Let's talk
Believe me, I can. Shit, that's the last good news we had.
Let's talk about the Commanders. And y'all know Prince, my homeboy, is a Steeler fan. He said, Chris, he's born and raised in D.C. He said, Chris, every time the Cowboys play the Commanders or the Skins, whoever what you want to call them, football team, it's their Super Bowl. It's their last game of the season. That's their last time they're going to be on that field. And they gave y'all 100% effort, and y'all didn't give a damn about that game from the start. I said, you are right. But as Cowboy fans, of course, we expected them to come out and perform like we had something to win. Okay, like the number 1 seed, or even if Philly, God forbid, lost, we could have got the 2nd seed. We had something to play for in our minds. Okay, but when the team came out and performed I mean, atrociously. It was no excuse for the performance they did. To me, after the first quarter, when I saw what their mindset was, I would have said everybody because it didn't get no better. All it did was get worse, and then it made every Cowboy fan in America with this gloom and doom attitude. Oh, we don't know what we're gonna do. Oh, here we go again. Man, we lost the game, the last game of the season that truly didn't mean nothing against the damn Commanders, which it was their Super Bowl game. That's what it was.
And it was a divisional game too. It was a divisional game.
And I understand why the Cowboy fans are upset. And I was upset for a hot 5 minutes. And I told Gary this, and he said I couldn't. But I'm gonna tell you exactly how I felt. Once that game was over, it was over for me. Because to me, the real season starts now. Okay. And like Ruth said about our quarterback, we're going to get into him too. The real season starts now. Okay. So what happened on Sunday was ugly, horrible, and I would have burned the tape. When we got back to Dallas, we would have never looked at that. Okay. But all I wanted to if I'm the head coach, I'm telling them, look, man, the season starts. As soon as that sucker went 0-0 in Washington, now the real season starts. Let's see where the men from the boys.
Yep.
Okay. All right. 21 Armando, what's on your mind, brother?
You know, we like Chris said, we saw some atrociousness on Sunday. Atrociousness. Yeah, I wish we could have a font where it come out right here, atrociousness. But we saw a lot of bad, you know, but I think that at the end of the day, there's still some things to fix in that, you know. Maybe they might have not cared, and you know, Chris made a good point about, you know, this game was more, as Cowboy fans, it was more for us, and we saw what we saw. Obviously, we didn't like, you know, but we do need to fix some things. You know, Dak needs to get it together. These picks, they can't happen. You know, Chris said we got to separate the men from the boys, and this is where we're at now. You know, so you know, you got to show up. You got to show out when it counts, and you know, we're 0-0. We need to get this win. I think that this is a big hurdle right now for Dak, beating Brady. You know, so this is where you show us, you know, okay, Dak, because right now the image that we were left with wasn't a good image, you know. And I'm with Chris. After what we saw the first quarter, why didn't we pull out our starters? You just made Dak look like
poor management.
You made Dak come out here and look like the worst quarterback ever. You know,
poor management.
You know,
14 QBR that day, I think. Like
you know, instead of pulling him out, pulling all your starters out, you know, and let's see what our backups can do. And you know, but you know, poor management. So hey, we're 0-0. Let's get this win on Monday Night Football under the big lights.
That's what scares me. That right there, what you just said, that's why I'm concerned. I'm a Jimmy Johnson guy. I'm not that passive guy and said it doesn't mean nothing. Every game to me means something. You understand what I'm saying? Coming up from Tom Landry, coming up under Jimmy Johnson, there's no way in hell they would have been okay with that. But to see Mike McCarthy allow Dak to stay in the game for 4 quarters with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter before he brought Cooper Rush in, that's poor management. That's absolutely poor management. And why would you do that? After the first quarter, I would have said right there, okay, Dak head is not in the game. He's not focused. Pull his ass. Come on out, Cooper. See, and I would have created controversy. I don't care if Cooper would have won or lost, but guess what? I would at least gave Cooper a shot. Hell, because my damn starting quarterback, he can't win a game for us. I don't care who or what this game was, the last game. It's no way in hell I'm going to sit there and say this game means nothing. I'm going to tell you how Jimmy Johnson would have dealt with this after the game. Jimmy Johnson would have told the flight attendant, don't even serve them water.
No doubt. No,
you laugh, but that's the type of guy he was. But we don't have that. It's all about let's be resilient. Let's be resilient, you know. And again, we can say that this game doesn't mean anything. These guys basically prepared poorly for this game. They prepared absolutely poorly. They didn't even prepare for this game. We saw it. Yeah. We saw it. We went 10 3 and outs, guys. That's piss poor excuse. And I understand you say you was done with it with 5 minutes, Chris. Ain't no way in hell. I bleed the blue and silver. Ain't no way in hell I could be done with it 5. But understand, you got a lot more patience than me. I'm just saying, I bit off the side of this darn desk the other day, but it's okay. I'll get another.
Yeah,
But again, that's just where I am. That's where I'm built.
You need a new
But
desk anyway. That's why you bid it.
yeah, you're right. You're right. I need a new setup anyway, so yeah. But it's just me, man, personally. In order for us to roll into this playoff week, that piss poor performance, bro, and the mismanagement and the bad play calling again on Kellen Moore's part. Oh my gosh, I think that was that's the second worst game I've seen since Troy Aikman went 1-15. This is the second worst.
Track Cock brought up a good point that we haven't talked about. The special teams has been playing horrible. Brett was Brett Money Maher, and Brett maybe Maher came out on last week. But
we can give him one, Cam. I mean, just same thing like with Brian Anger. It doesn't happen all the time, but do we crucify him?
If it had to come out, and I'm glad it came out this week. Don't do it next week.
I think he more or less talking about the beginning of the game when Turpin muffed the punt, because I mean, literally, if you really think about it, it should have been 28-0 at halftime. That's what it should have been. If it wasn't for the Commanders being such a sucky team.
Yeah, they suck. They really did.
It should have been 28-0 at halftime, honestly.
Yeah, it should have.
So I don't blame Britt Maher for missing one where we'd had a total of 9 points. I mean 10. I mean, we still would have lost the game. Turpin, that's the second time he's done that. No concentration. That just lack of being a professional right there. Okay, and then the pick six when you almost throw one play before and you come back to the same darn play. Now that's frustrating right there. It's been a long time since I was highly upset with our quarterback. And that made me highly upset because I said, man, I've been defending your ass all year. I've been defending you against Derek Carr, Rue. I've been defending you against a lot of people. Okay, you can't come back and you do dumb stuff like that. That was just straight dumb, and that's what tells you his mindset was during the game. I mean, because it's like he didn't even think about it. Yeah, let me go back right here. This guy, our receivers ain't separated the whole game, so let me try to force this out route on and see if he can take it to the house or not. Come on, man, you can't do dumb stuff like that. I really believe when I say the game didn't matter, I don't mean it didn't matter for us. I mean it didn't matter in the standings because we weren't really going to move from 5. That's what I meant. But it did mean something as professional athletes and you trying to have a goal, okay? You can't go out there and get embarrassed on national TV, okay? Against
Here's the thing, and I'm going to stop right after. Just after this, I'm done with this. The problem is we played our starters the whole game.
That's what made it
against a third string quarterback in his first start. Like, this should have. The problem is they actually came in like it was a preseason game. Like, I don't even. This team is just the Jekyll and Hyde nature of
unpredictable.
So annoying. But if there's anything good to take from the Jekyll and Hyde part of it, there's nothing but Hyde left. So you better be like,
you better turn into that monster.
Yeah, you better be. You better be that monster for the rest of this year, because that's the only way. That's the only way. And since we're gonna get into it, let's just get into it. Because damn it,
let's go.
It's playoff time now. I don't want to talk about the Commanders no more. The Commanders are at home on their couch. Can we talk about the 7 teams that's left? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, this door has never been more wide open in like the last 10 years. Because we were talking about it before the show. If you look at this playoff picture, we play the best quarterback in this entire playoffs in the first week we played, in probably one of his worst seasons ever. Yep. But there's no question that he's the best quarterback on this side of the bracket, because the bottom line is, when you look at this side of the bracket, it's Tom Brady, it's Jalen Hurts, Daniel Jones, Kirk Cousins, Brock Purdy, and Geno Smith.
Come on, man. Damn.
The door
and then you got Dak Prescott.
So wide open for a good team to come in and take care of business. Because as much as everybody keeps tossing up this white flag and being so like praising down to San Francisco, it's still Brock Purdy, a 7th round pick, coming into his very first playoff game ever. And he has high expectations, and expectations change things. Not to say that Dak doesn't. Dak has plenty of expectations this year, because I'm telling you right now, they lose to Tampa Bay on Monday, it's going to be scorched earth. I can't imagine any other way that it's going to be. Aside from the fact that Dan Quinn and Kellen Moore are probably going to get other jobs, there's a good chance
this might be
going to be going too. Like, this is it. Like, it's time to nut up or shut up. Because 12-win season, yes, it's all well and good, but we're not here for that. We ain't won straight playoff games in a long time.
And we had the last time we won a playoff game on the road was 1993.
Against the San Francisco 49ers.
I mean, fudge. Listen, hey, and to piggyback off what you said, Rue, you talked about Purdy and how he's doing so well and how great he's doing right now. You know what he has that Dak doesn't have?
What's that?
Nothing
Kyle
to lose.
Shanahan.
He ain't got nothing to lose either.
He got Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan is playing him to his strengths.
That's the one thing that it is about this side of the bracket. That coaching staff is the best coaching staff on this side of the bracket. This side of the bracket, that is the best coaching staff, hands down, bar none. There is no question. I don't think there is. The fact that they're the 2 seed with a 7th round pick for, I guess, how long has he been playing? Like 6 games now? Yeah. I mean, hey, dude, they keep on doing.
Let me ask you this, Chris. So, do you think Kellen Moore can motivate Dak? Do you think Kellen Moore can correct Dak to do better, to be better, versus Shanahan and Purdy?
Well, it's 2 different coaches. One is a head coach, one is an offensive coordinator. So basically, my answer to your question is, to go back to your question, is not Kellen Moore's job to motivate Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott got all the motivation in the world he needs. Just like
what I mean by that, I'm just saying, as far as being an offensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, sometimes when he sees something, he corrects that quarterback.
Well, he should be able to. That's his head coach. I mean, I don't know why he shouldn't. Okay,
was it Kellen or Shanahan?
No, Kellen Moore. I'm not even thinking about the Niners. I mean, I know Rue brought it up, and we said we're just going to talk Cowboys, but y'all brought the Niners coaching staff into this. But it is what it is. My whole thing is, back to what I was saying. Dak Prescott don't need no motivation.
He needs something, bro. He needs something. Well, I disagree with you on that, bro. He needs something.
And the thing is, I don't know if it's motivation that he needs, man.
Let me answer the question.
Go ahead.
Oh, don't start getting sensitive on. We all having, we just talking.
Just saying.
Oh, this boy here.
You asked me a question.
He acting just like that. He acting just like that.
You tell me I was stewing early in the show, and I'm about to get my stew on, but now you want to add your own damn ingredients. You want to cook the damn show? You cook the damn show then. I'm telling you, I got things.
I'm not the enemy, bro. I'm not the enemy.
Don't answer the damn question about Dak Prescott if it's okay with you.
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah. Anyway, because Gary is so upset about the damn Commander loss, and he's gloom and doom that Dak is going to up on Monday. It's not, dude. It's not, y'all. We don't know what's going to happen Monday. Y'all already the white flag.
That's why we do this show. That's why we do this show.
We haven't really talked about Monday.
Hey, Skip Bayless. Look,
whoa.
Look, Skip. You can do the show if you want to.
Whoa.
We can go on if you want to. I'm just trying to answer your question, Skip.
Well, you weren't talking about me. You weren't talking about me. But come on, I like it though. I like it because we're getting ready for the game. Rah! Come on, man. Come on. Y'all be quiet. Let me be quiet. Come on, finish. Come on, man.
Go ahead, Rue.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, come on, Rue.
What?
I know. That's what I say. He done got sensitive on us.
I mean, we
haven't even really
gotta fix
that.
We gotta fix something.
I'm trying to get into the game.
Exactly.
I'm trying to get into the game. Bro, I'm with you. I'm saying the same thing you are. I'm saying it's what's done is done. Let's let it rest, let it die. I'm with you. We 0-0. Let's go. Like it's bro, I said what I said because it's the truth. This is the worst. If you're mad about it's the worst season Dak Prescott's ever had. Hey, it is. The numbers don't lie. It is the worst season he's ever had. That doesn't mean, man. You know what I love about what's coming up? It's you have the perfect opportunity to just because of how wide open this door is because of the competition that you have. He has the perfect opportunity to just shut all this up and go into this playoff run and just hey. I'm still that dude, and what happened, and it's all done now. I mean, nobody remembers Joe Flacco's season when he won the Super Bowl, but everybody remembers the playoff run.
Mm-hmm. So what is your confidence level of Dak pulling this off on Monday?
Me?
Rue.
Honestly, I feel good about it. This team, Tampa Bay is 8-9. If you look at them for the season, they are in the plus minus in points. They are minus 45 for the season. Like this game should be a Cowboys win. We are favored in Tampa Bay for a reason. Vegas is basically telling you we should win this football game because we are the better football team. There's no question in my mind. The only thing that truly scares me going into this game is if Tampa Bay decides that, hey, we're going to get back to our true identity and start running this football again with Leonard Fournette and with Rachaad White. The problem is their interior O-line is beat to hell. I think they're on their third string center. So this defense for the Cowboys should be able to get the pass rush that we had all throughout this season that has been non-existent. This is not all on Dak. The defensive secondary has been a problem since we lost Anthony Brown to an Achilles. We cannot stop the run game. We have lost the ability to run the football. We're averaging 2 to 3 yards a carry now. It's not just him, but in the playoffs, it's going to rely on him a lot. And the beauty of it is his competition is leaving the door wide open because none of these guys have playoff experience outside of Tom Brady. No one.
Right. Here's a question. Here's a comment right here, man. And this is something that Trackhouse mentioned. He said, I'm questioning if Dak can read coverages. Ooh. What do you think about that, Mondo?
I mean, I saw Cowboys corner. He kind of answered Trackhouse, but, he does, Travis Frederick helps him. I think, is that what he was saying?
Yeah, he also said that Travis Frederick read the defense. Damn, that's cold.
So, Dak can't do it on his own, but, I think, and I think everybody goes back to that play, that pick. I think so. It questions. Like I said, this game gave us a lot of like, man, is this what we're gonna see? But these are the Cowboys, man. These are the Cowboys, and I feel confident going into Tampa. I'm ready to go into Tampa.
And that's where all the question marks. I believe that's where all the question mark comes from because the lack of identity. We don't know what we're going to get. Basically, I guess we all can agree to that. Ivan Sosa said that Dax looks like Kirk Cousins. Damn.
And that's just ridiculous to say. And I'm gonna say why. Because here's the thing. When you look at the numbers, okay, fine, I'll give you that. I'll give you the numbers. Like Kirk Cousins has put up some numbers in his career, but truth be told, game on the line, you're taking Dak Prescott over Kirk Cousins any day of the week, twice on Tuesday. Like, stop it. Yep. With the fourth quarter comebacks that Dak Prescott has had compared to what Kirk Cousins has done is ridiculous. Kirk Cousins' best game is probably this 33-point comeback that he had this season. But this man has more weapons on his side of the football than probably anybody in the NFL right now. He's got Dalvin Cook. He's got Jay Jetta. He's got TJ Hawkinson. He's got a good O-line. And does anybody have any faith, or I'm pretty sure that the biggest upset pick that I've heard all week is the Giants with Daniel Jones. Compared Kirk Cousins to Dak Prescott, this is slanderous.
Slanderous.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. So Cowboys Corner says basically he says 15 interceptions by that overpaid QB, one mistake from Brett and anger. Come on, guys. So how y'all feel about that 15 interceptions? These are coming from the Cowboy Huddle. Cowboy Chris, come on, man. I'm gonna let you talk on this. What do you think, brother?
Well, I'm sure I get interrupted, but it don't matter. Look, bro, it's like, okay, I heard everything y'all think all this shit is nonsense, okay? And the reason I think it's nonsense because Dak is having the worst season ever, all this other bull crap, okay? But what I say, if he had the worst season ever and win the Super Bowl, do you care if he threw for 15 damn interceptions? No, you're not going to care. Only thing you're going to care about is the Cowboys win the damn Super Bowl. Okay, so let's get this gloom and doom out the way. Oh, my God, he's so bad. He can't throw. He can't read coverages. Oh, Travis Frederick did this for him. He did that. This is all bullshit. I thought this was a Cowboy huddle where we can actually knowledgeable football fucking fans can look at the game and know who plays. This is ridiculous, guys. I'm tired of Cowboy fans being fair weather. If you're a freaking fan, be a fan. Quit hating on your own damn team. Quit hating on your quarterback. Quit trying not to have faith in your quarterback. That's all I'm saying. Why do y'all continuously do this? It is ridiculous. If you are a Cowboy fan, back your damn quarterback and back your damn head coach. Well, he need his ass kicked anyway, but he need his ass kicked. That's who need a kick in the ass is the head coach, not Dak Prescott, okay? He need his ass kicked so he can need to tell Kellen Moore, we need to do this. We need to do that because the buck stopped with him. That's why they talking about his ass may get fired if they lose because he need to get his ass kicked, okay? Because we got talent, okay? We got the team to do it, so we need to do it.
Well, McCarthy ain't throwing 15 interceptions.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They left.
McCarthy is not throwing 15 interceptions. It's your quarterback that's throwing 15 interceptions. And again, anybody that comments on this channel, it's not ridiculous, it's not stupid. It's their opinion. We have to respect everybody's opinion. So I don't never would say somebody's comment is stupid. It's not. That's what we're here for. Everybody is talking about their Cowboys. So again, we allow everybody to say what they want to say. So it's okay. But again, Mike McCarthy is not the one that threw 15 interceptions.
Well, I'm glad you defended everybody. That's not what I was remarking about. They needed defending because when you go to the barber, it's supposed to be barbershop talk. So when every time I talk in the barbershop, you go say, "Oh man, I messed up your lineup, man." But Chris didn't mean to do that. He was talking about something else. Come on, man. I'm telling the damn truth. These all adults on this damn show. Ain't nobody got to be protected. If they got something to say, they know how to find me on all social media and my phone number. So you ain't got to protect no damn body. Okay, that's number one. So since Gary want to give y'all an apology for Chris ain't apologizing for shit he said. Okay, so if you sensitive,
I didn't say you had to apologize.
If you're sensitive about what I said about Cowboy fans, that's your damn problem. I don't give a damn. I'm telling you about how I feel as a Cowboy fan. Okay, I'm 53 years old. I've seen every damn Super Bowl the Cowboys done. I know my team. I watch every damn down of the Cowboys. You can't tell me nothing about them.
Well, you got sensitive.
You sensitive about what I said. A lot of people that's 5'3", that's y'all problem.
You got sensitive when I interrupted you. Remember? So don't call nobody sensitive, big fella. Anyway, so let's keep it going on.
I didn't get sensitive. I just let you do your little host rant, and I like once it's my turn, I give you my business. And I'm gonna drink my drink out of my pink straw.
There it is.
That color looks good on you. All right, so okay, guys, let's keep it going. So here's a comment right here. Rush is a backup and not a $40 million quarterback. Well, yeah, I think we all know that, right? So yeah. So okay, so let's get into this because we're gonna put this link up because I think some folks want to come in here in a minute. But so how do we go about winning this game? Let's talk about that. Let's get into the strategic moves on how we go about pulling off this win to move forward to face the Philadelphia Eagles. Rue, how what is your strategy? What do we need to do to win this game?
I mean, honestly, I feel like we just need to get back to what we were doing. Start running the football, run the football. But it has to be. The thing is, it's all going to depend on how the game flows and how successful we can run the ball. I'm hoping that Tony Pollard is better than what he was. I mean, obviously, I know he was battling injury. I know he was trying to get over 1,000 yards last week. I was really hoping they were just going to run him until he got the 1,000 and take him out. But again, it was what it was. But it's just at this point, we're gonna need Dak Prescott to step up, and that's the truth. And we need these receivers to be in the right places at the right times. And everything needs to be fluid. Everything needs to be flush, because you're not going to be able to make mistakes against Tom Brady. You're not going to be able to turn the ball over. You're not going to be able to fumble the football. You're not going to be able to be in the wrong spot at the wrong time. Like, these tip passes have to go away. And that's one thing that we really have gotten away from. Let's not forget that almost 50% of these intercepted balls are from tip passes. And like, I'm so torn with everything that we have, because it's just like, I'm trying to be realistic in what I'm seeing. But truth be told, I know the potential of what we can do. And it's like, I've seen that we can play with the best of them. We can beat anybody you put in front of us. And I've seen we can play with the worst of them, and we can just not show up and just look like we just forgot how to play football for a whole week. But that only happened 4 times this year, if we're being honest with ourselves. At the end of the day, the wins that were ugly were still wins. So for what we need to do this week, just get back to the roots of it. Contain, and hopefully we can still do what we do in coverage, because I think if we can't put pressure on Tom Brady, I don't think there's any way that this secondary can do what it did in the first half of the season. Because even with Xavier Rhodes coming, it's like there's a lot of adjusting that they've been having to do, and they're just not holding like they were. So the pressure is going to have to be there on Tom Brady. And with the way the O-line is for Tampa Bay, they should be able to get that job done.
Okay. For all those that's backstage, hold tight. I'll bring you in just a minute once these guys give their strategic plan as far as this game. Okay, 21 Armando, what is the plan, man? We need this game on Monday. How are we going to pull this game off? What's your plan? What's your blueprint?
Pressure Brady. Brady. That's the big thing right there. You know, we've seen it in his losses. Once you pressure him, you touch him, that you know he's not. We know he's not a mobile quarterback. So we need to, you know, we obviously need to, you know, that's not the script book. He's not a mobile quarterback. We need to touch him. We need Micah. Somebody needs to hit this man. You know, so pressure this guy. I want to see more of this 3 tight end system. What I don't want to see is these flea flickers, and you know, let's play, you know, football. Let's play football. Let's run the ball. Let's know, you know, we know the formula to win, and it's running the ball. Running the ball. Make sure Dak doesn't get over 30 passes. We need to stick to the basics, man, and we gotta shut them down, man. This 7-0 shit, it's over with.
Yeah, I guess that's stop right here. That's right. Everybody that wants to get in, I just put the link on, so just hold tight. We're going to give everybody that's in the background. We're going to give you 3 to 4 minutes to voice your opinion. But before we do that, let's go and move on to Dallas Cowboy Chris. Dallas Cowboy Chris, how do we fix this? How do we pull off this win come Monday night? On Monday night,
it's offensively whatever Tampa Bay gives us. Because Tampa Bay has always been good about stopping the run, but lately they have not. But if they're giving us the run, let's kick their butt. Let's line up and punch them in the mouth. If they're stopping the run like they did in week 1 against us, and when we played them in Tampa the year before, where Dak had an amazing game, okay, they were stopping the run. We couldn't get anything, okay, but Dak ate them alive, okay? So basically, whatever Tampa Bay is taking away, we need to take advantage of what they're giving us, okay? So if they're giving us the pass, let's take it, okay? Let's not just sit there and think, Okay, we gotta run because they got 10 in the damn box, but we gotta run anyway. No, that's idiotic. Okay, that's idiotic. You got to trust all your players on offense. Okay, so that's on my offensive side. On my defensive side, it's one person to me and one person only because his ass has disappeared this last month, and y'all know who I'm talking about. Number 11. We all love him. We all love him. I love him to death, but he has disappeared. Okay.
And why is that?
I wish I knew. I had the answer. I wish. I don't know if he's hurt. I don't know if he's fatigued. I don't know what's going on, but he has disappeared. Now, he had some great rushes against the Commanders. He did. He just wasn't getting there. Okay. But we need him to get there. We need him to get there on Monday night, which I knew they was going to put us on Monday night, and I still hate it. Anyway, I just need him to get there. So that's my prediction on defense. Get there, and you cannot, absolutely not give up the deep ball.
Okay. All right, that's what's up. All right, so we got some folks in the backstage. So let's bring the first one on, Miss Fleabug, and your mic is muted. So make sure you unmute your mic, please, ma'am. Well, hello. How you doing, Fleabug?
I'm doing good. Can y'all hear me?
I know she's hyped because she's like, "Let me in, Gary. Let me in, Gary. Let me in, Coach."
I'm gonna try to talk fast and get everything that I want to say in there.
Are you on the
But
clock?
I have got to go with Chris. Please don't say that when you're a Cowboy fan you have to back Dak, because that's not true. If Dak is not doing his damn job, fuck Dak. Excuse my language, y'all. I'm sorry. I got a potty mouth. I'm sorry. But if Dak is not doing his job, and he is not. And then secondly, y'all keep saying, "Oh, that game wasn't nothing." Okay, it was. Thirdly, y'all keep saying we're 0-0. But every time we go to the playoffs, in the very first round, we get knocked out. We cannot do that this year. And with that being said, that means that the defense has to come with it, including Micah Parsons, my honey boo. But he's not the only person on defense, so you got to remember that. This is not just like Dak is not the only person on offense. Micah is not the only person on defense. Everybody has to do their position and play it well. But my thing is with Dak, he is not consistent, point blank, period. And allow me, Buddy, and said it great. He has been playing like shit this whole season. Not just one game, but the whole year. And you cannot discount the fact that he had 15 interceptions. You just cannot. And it seems like on the games where we need to win, we lose. We're winning games that we should be losing and losing games that we should be winning. Come on now, we can't keep doing that. But the bottom line is I want us to get past the first round. That's the whole thing. I just want us to get past the first round. Can we do that? And if Dak plays like he's been playing, if he throws an interception in the first quarter, then I have a problem with that. The first quarter, he throws an interception, take his ass out, put Cooper Rush in, and see what he can do. And if he messes up, then put Dak back in. But come on, don't keep playing and he keeps on messing up. That doesn't make sense to me. Make it make sense. And that's all I gotta say. Love you guys.
No, don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere.
Because even though we're Cowboy fans, we can still talk about Dak. Because I'm a Dak hater.
I know you are. I know you're a Dak hater. I know you always hated him. But this is my whole
I haven't always hated him. I haven't always hated him. But this year, Dak is whack. Dak is whack. That's my shirt. Dak is whack.
This is my question for you. This is my question for you. What is your alternative? So you saying if he throw an interception, put in Cooper Rush. When Cooper Rush played, when he started for the Cowboys only averaged maybe 16 points a game, maybe. But with Dak Prescott, they're averaging over 30. Okay, so Cooper, because he threw an interception, you want to put in a quarterback that's less capable of winning the game because he threw an interception that you didn't like. Okay, we all don't like it, but my whole thing is Dak Prescott is the better quarterback. He gives you a better chance of winning. Cooper Rush, if he gave you a better chance of winning, he would have been starting. He's not. He is a better quarterback.
Okay, you're saying he's giving us more points. However,
How you
I
win
don't
the
give a
game?
damn if we have a
How you
30-point
win?
win or
How
a
do you win?
1-point win. I just want to win. So I don't give a damn if we got 30 points with Dak and we got 16 with Cooper. How many games did we win with Cooper?
But what did Cooper do against a real team against Philadelphia? What did he do? He didn't do shit. He
Okay.
didn't do
You
nothing.
can't, but you can't. Everybody keeps bringing up that one game. You can't keep just talk about that one game, but you got to talk
Now,
about the games where he did do good. So
Okay, well,
all I'm saying is, if Dak is messing up, don't keep him in the game. Put Cooper in and see what he can do. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying let him play the whole game, but hell, if he's letting us win and we doing good with him, keep him in the damn game. That's all I'm saying. It's just like moving out any other player. Just because it's Dak and he's the number one quarterback on our team, that doesn't mean shit. Just because you're a starter, sometimes your starter has to sit down. If your starter is not doing the job, put somebody else in and see what they can do. Whether it's Cam, Micah Parsons, Ezekiel Elliott, whoever, it doesn't matter. If that person is not doing the damn job to let us win, take his ass out the game. That's all I'm saying. You're upset because I'm saying it's Dak. I don't give a damn if it's Dak, Ezekiel Elliott, Michael Parsons. I don't give a damn. Whoever it is, if they fucking up, take them out. Point blank, period. And
I'm not upset because it's Dak.
All right, we appreciate that. Wow! Well, that's a firecracker there, Jack.
No,
All right,
hold
we
on.
got him.
I gotta say one thing. I gotta say one thing.
That's all.
I
All right, we got another one. We got a. Oh, go.
I just
hold
got
on.
one thing, quick thing, because I can't let that slide. One thing on Felicia, like I love the passion, I love the energy. It is what it is. There ain't no way in hell I'm taking Cooper Rush over Dak Prescott. I don't care if he throws a million. Like, no, I'm sorry. Like I hear you. I understand you're upset, and I understand the inconsistencies can be, like frustrating. But Cooper Rush is a backup quarterback. He is not on the caliber or on the level of Dak Prescott.
Everything that we felt,
and I get it. Like I get it, but damn.
Like, see, I think what she's saying, just like the game of last week, he should have been pulled because his head was in his butt, and we sit there, and which is Mike McCarthy's fault. But at least give us a chance to win the game. It's not necessary. What she's saying, and I think just what she's saying is basically just because he's a starter and he's playing like ass, we're going to just leave him in there because he started when you got a guy that won 4 games. So that was a perfect opportunity. So I think that's where she's going because you do have a backup quarterback that can do something that a lot of other quarterbacks can't do. So,
you're making the argument that Cooper Rush gives you a better chance to win than
No. I didn't say that. I said the last.
What she said, though.
Yeah,
and that's just not true. It's not true.
We got to move on.
I'm probably the biggest Dak critic on this show, but that is not true.
We got the biggest Dak critic now on the show.
Cowboys Kona in the house. What's up, baby?
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me here, man. No, it's been great. Love the Cowboys huddle. Hopefully, I can get on here for a full show, share the link, get some viewers in here for the Cowboys huddle. But
for sure.
No, man, listen, Dak Prescott in this Tampa Bay game cannot throw more than 30 times, period.
Right.
You just can't allow that. I made a rant video last year, and I said Kellen Moore is a flat tire to the bus Dak Prescott is driving. We all know Dak Prescott is a play-action quarterback. Now, his numbers for deep passes, things not being play-action, was really good this year, all right? But it was better than most years for Dak Prescott. But you look at the games where Dak Prescott has to have the pressure of, okay, I got to make play here. I got to make the play there. I know Emmanuel Acho is a Dallas Cowboy hater, but I like to watch some of his film breakdowns, right? And there was a play that he showed where CeeDee Lamb was wide open, and he forced it to Dalton Schultz there up the middle of the field when CeeDee Lamb had a 15-yard gap between him and the safety because they were playing man, right? Dak Prescott has to be able to read those defenses. Travis Frederick helped Dak Prescott read those defenses. You notice if you watch it, Dak Prescott, he'll kill, audible, and he does it really well sometimes. Sometimes he doesn't. Travis Frederick helped him throughout his career to do that, right?
So Dak hadn't read the defense since Travis Frederick retired?
You didn't hear what I just said. I said
Dak helped. So I'm
you
just
didn't
saying
hear what I just said. I said Dak will say kill, and he'll do it Sometimes. And there's sometimes where he messes up. Why? Because the defense fooled him. Dak Prescott will go on press conferences and admit that. He said, I thought they were in one coverage and they weren't in that coverage. I messed up. That was on me. Dak Prescott says that himself.
Right.
But a lot of times when Dak is at the line of scrimmage, when he's saying kill, 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 the first thing I'm telling people, they're running the damn ball. They're not killing the damn play. They're running the same damn play. They're running the same damn
hand signals, and he's done those hand signals for a long time. And I can't remember who was it. Jesse Holley. I can't remember who it was on Twitter, but that said Dak Prescott needs to change that signal because he's been doing that signal since his rookie year, and the defense caught on to it.
So does Dak need to change it? Or do the coaching staff need to change
it? Dak is on the field making those calls. Coaching staff can care less about the signal. That's the relationship between him and his player.
So he can go in the huddle and say, "Hey man, I'm gonna do this instead of this." That's what.
No, it's preparation and time and practice.
So that's coaching, right?
That's leadership from a quarterback.
So the coaches had nothing to do with that.
The coaches install game plans and the coaches critique technique. When they put that game plan together, Dak and the whole team is in there, right? They have different player groups. Wide receivers go here, running backs go there, tight end group, deep back group, whatever. The coaching staff puts the game plan together. It's the player's job to watch the field and say, hey, coach, I've seen this defense here. They might run this in this. So when I see it, this is what we're going to do. Hey, and then when they get the whole quarterback, when they get the whole team together, Dak will be like, all right, when we see this here, I'm going to do this signal. Dak has not changed up the signal because it's between the player and it's between the players, period.
That's right.
Okay, I understand that. I played football for a long time. I know how to go off in my separate groups and everything like that. But, the coaches put in signals or phrases or things that he has to run. Okay, so the only people that can change that is the coaching staff. You say he's been doing this as long as he's been doing. Okay, that means his coaching staff has been doing it as long as he's been here.
Chris, I think you're talking more about the
no, Gary, I know exactly what he's talking about. Shit, I know
they don't do hand signals to the quarterback. They don't do that. They call a play from the playbook. You don't.
Eric, I'm talking about in practice when he's talking about the kill audibles. He says Dak make hand signals that he's been doing for now. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about preparation in practice. That's what I'm talking about. So the preparation in practice, the coaches give him that. It's not Dak making it up by himself.
So,
but Dak and Peyton Manning. He's a go. It's hard to compare these guys, right? Peyton Manning would do dummy calls and dummy signals and put in real calls. He wouldn't do hand signals. He would yell very loud, Omaha brisket eater, biscuit, right? And then everybody would know, okay, when Peyton Manning says this is what I'm doing. You think the Colts coaching staff had any say in those dummy calls? Absolutely not. That was all Peyton Manning. I'm not saying Dak needs to be Peyton Manning. All I'm saying is Dak needs to evolve into the quarterback that we need him to be. Aaron Rodgers done it. Yeah, he only has one Super Bowl, but he's very respected. Aaron Rodgers top 10. Dak, there's a lot of debates that Dak isn't top 10 because he hasn't earned that respect. That's all I'm saying. But in order to get that game winning in Tampa Bay, Dak has to throw less than 30 times, like Two Button in Sports was saying. We have to run the ball, period. We have to run this ball, and the defense cannot be on the field long because they're very physical, true. They're very fast, and they get gassed.
It's funny how he needs to earn respect when his own fans won't give him respect. So it's real hard. He can't even earn respect with his own fan base. You
said it. You said it first. You gotta put effort in to. I mean, look at Jaron Kearse. No one know who Jaron Kearse was. And look, he's made plays. He's done that. Fans respect him, right? You look at, there's so many players. I mean, look at a rookie, Deron Bland.
Let's stay with J-Ron. Okay. Has J-Ron got beat for a touchdown this year?
Absolutely.
So did you call J-Ron, hey, man, you shouldn't have done this, man, blah, blah. No, you'd be like, that was a good play by the offense. Okay. But as soon as Dak make a mistake, he's the worst quarterback ever. He's not concentrating. He's not doing this. I think it's horse crap.
No, I understand. and I'm not going to bring up the 15 picks this year. I'm going to bring up stinkers that Dak gives us. I don't have short-term memory loss. I like to look at the whole picture. All right.
Right.
Let's just bring up last year. The Raiders, the Cardinals, the Broncos, the Chiefs. You hold Patrick Mahomes to 19 points in Arrowhead Stadium, the least points he's ever been held to at home, and your quarterback can't get 20? You know, Dak Prescott has 23 games where he's been shut out with 0 touchdowns. 23 games in 7 years, 0 touchdowns. Tony, just to give you a reference, Tony Romo in his whole career only had 10.
And Tony didn't win either. So
I'm not comparing playoff wins. I'm not comparing. I'm comparing. Everyone wants to give me regular season stats, right? I'm on Twitter. Regular season stats. That didn't translate to playoffs. Right. That didn't translate to playoffs for Tony Romo either. But I'm looking at realistic numbers. 23 games you've been shut out in 7 years. Tony Romo had 10. In how many years? 13 years? 11 years?
Yes.
It's scary. It's scary. That's not winning football. When you have those slumps like you did against the Cardinals, the Broncos, the Chiefs, the Raiders, that stuff translates. Yes, this team's undisciplined with penalties. That hurts the team, right? That's coaching. All right. This team is just not really. You look at Brett Maher's mistake. You look at what's an extra point, right? You look at anger, not catching the ball, stuff like that. Turpin's a liability to this football team. He literally got a Pro Bowl and an all-team honors for the preseason. For the freaking preseason. How does that make any sense? This is a national football. You got to make plays in order to get those freaking things. He hasn't done anything. He's a preseason warrior.
So what are you gonna say, Rue? You had something to say?
Honestly, that kind of when I found out that Turpin was nominated to the Pro Bowl for his selection, I was kind of surprised because in my mind I was like, man, are we really is it because of that or because I'll be honest with you, when I heard that, I wanted to look up what his average yards are per return because I was like, maybe he leads the league or something because I was like, he hasn't scored a touchdown all year.
No,
which
he
I
hasn't.
thought he would, but he hasn't. And I mean, if we wanted to get into Turpin, man, I really thought they'd use Turpin in a lot more ways than they have. But the thing is, man, here's the thing, and I agree with you on some aspects of Dak Prescott, and some of the numbers that you give are pretty gaudy. But there's no question that Dak Prescott in his career, and I want to leave Tony out of it because I have a special thing with Tony. Like Tony for me, I really feel like I was cheated out of his last season. We're not going to get into that. The truth is, with Dak Prescott, he was never meant to be in this spot in his entire. If we're going to say the truth about Dak Prescott, he was never meant to be here. But the fact is, he overcame a lot of obstacles, had one of the best rookie seasons a quarterback has ever had, and now we're in this spot where it's like, hey man, it's time to nut up or shut up. Mm-hmm. Because the fact of the matter is, it's year 7, and I want this to work because I see it. I see what I get out of Dak Prescott, and I see that the potential is very high. You can't tell me that you watch this guy and you don't see that kind of potential. You don't see the potential that's there because it's definitely there. And the other thing is,
I agree.
He has played in some games because if we're being honest, he's already at the same number of playoff games as Tony Romo. If we're being honest with ourselves. I mean, in 7 years, it took Tony a pretty long time to get this many. And not to mention, it's not like he showed up for any of them. And Dak has won one already. And this game is very winnable for him. And I will disagree with you on one thing about this whole thing about that number of passes, because I was stuck on that number 2. And I fell into that trap myself because it's like I see, and it's because of the record. The record is gaudy. 35 passes or more, the record is well under 500 for Dak Prescott.
Losing record, yep.
The higher that number goes, the worse that record gets. And the lower that number goes, the better the number gets. But you have to adapt, just like Chris said, you have to adapt to your opponent. And the truth is, man, as bad as Tampa Bay has been all season long, they're still dangerous because it's still Tom Brady. It's still got a lot of weapons on that team. And they have the best quarterback going into this side of the bracket. I listed these quarterbacks just a second ago. Name set out of these 7 quarterbacks, not a one of them has done anything other than Dak Prescott and Tom Brady in these playoffs.
Yeah.
Not a single other quarterback out of the 7 has done anything in the playoffs. Not Jalen Hurts, not Daniel Jones, not Geno Smith, not Brock Purdy. None of them have done anything other than Dak Prescott and Tom Brady. They're the two with the most experience. That's why I know going into this game, you're going through the gauntlet in the very beginning. You're going to get through Tom Brady. You're going to get the revenge from week 1. I mean, let's not forget the fact that after a straight-up loss, this team is 10-1 against the spread. And if you didn't notice, we're the favorite going into Tampa Bay. The writing's on the wall. And I like what Felicia said about us not winning those games we're supposed to. And the truth is, just like you said a second ago, that history is true on that, but not this season. And I say that because that game in Philadelphia, we should have lost that game on history. If you'd have told, and if you look at the passes in that game, we needed Dak's arm in that game to win that game. Dak can do this, and Dak can pull us through, especially in this season. What scares me the most is our coaching staff and decision making. If I'm going to see a first in the playoffs against Tampa Bay, that's what scares me. I have the utmost faith in my quarterback and in this team. What scares me is if my run game is going to show up. That's what scares me. What scares me is my coaching staff is going to make the right decisions. That's what scares me. What scares me is if my secondary is going to play the way they should. What I'm not truly worried about is Dak Prescott playing after a game he just played.
Well, you know what, Rue, and I see what you're saying, but again, this is why I always call Kellen Moore the wisdom tooth, because Dak gets all the blame. Dak gets all the blame, but we fail to realize Kellen Moore is sucking at this play calling. If you look at the routes that he have his receivers running, it's garbage. He runs them on verticals. I don't know if you guys ever looked at it. So I know we blame Dak a lot because that's the guy we can see, but we can't see that wisdom tooth that's on the sideline that's calling some piss poor plays as he does every week. So guess who's going to get the brunt part of this? It's going to be Dak. And if anything happens, Mike McCarthy will lose his job. They'll keep Kellen Moore, and they'll bring in another head coach. And Dak will continue to be. And let me say this here, because if we look at it, we're talking about a 3rd-round draft pick quarterback trying to coach a 4th-round draft pick quarterback. We're talking about peer-to-peer. Both of these guys were backup quarterbacks, and we're going to get a guy that's from Boise State that has very limited time on the field, but you're going to give him the playbook. Now, let's go back. I did a video that I called Deja Vu. Let's go back to Tony Romo. Tony Romo, out of the 12 years, 10 years, what did we get from Tony Romo? Absolutely nothing. Guess who his offensive coordinator was?
Scott Linehan.
No.
Sean Payton.
No, it was Jason Garrett.
And Jason Garrett, yeah.
Jason Garrett killed him. Jason Garrett, and see, Scott Linehan brought in the guy that would listen to him, which was Dak Prescott. But again, for whatever reason, Jerry keep bringing these 3rd and 4th round draft picks to be an offensive coordinator that has no experience on the field. How we expect to get to the Super Bowl when you got somebody that don't know anything about football? And Kellen Moore is one that has a lot of blame to where we are today. So, that's just where I feel about that.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
Or does Chris want to go?
No, go.
Come on.
No. Trust me, I see Kellen Moore. If y'all watched my Twitter feed, you're like, man, this guy's bipolar. He should be on medication. Because
where can we find you on Twitter?
_Cowboys Corner. Okay. I think it's 1. I don't know my handle. Let me look it up. But I don't forget Kellen Moore. Trust me, I haven't liked Kellen Moore at all. _Cowboys Corner. There's no 1 on the Twitter, on the Elon Musk page. But no, like I said, man, Kellen Moore, never liked him. Didn't want him as coaching at all. So I understand. I don't forget about Kellen Moore. It's like Kellen Moore and Dak Prescott need to go. I'm tired of this. It's the Cowboys offense. Mike McCarthy, your head coach, even called it a Cowboy offense.
Now wait a minute. Hold on. I got to pump the brakes real quick.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Kellen Moore, I get. I wanted Kellen Moore going yesterday.
Yeah.
What do you mean by Dak Prescott going? You want Dak Prescott gone? Even if you lost Kellen Moore, you wouldn't want to see Dak Prescott under a different coordinator. You want Dak Prescott gone?
No. I like you said, you just made the argument. You see the potential in Dak Prescott, right? You just made that argument.
Yeah.
You won't be able to see the highest potential with Kellen Moore there.
Okay.
And that's what I'm trying to get at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
that's what
thought you were saying you wanted Dak gone.
No, see, people call me a Dak hater, but right now I don't see Dak in the top 10 of quarterbacks. Maybe he's just touches 10, and that's probably as high as he goes, right? Because of what the offensive coordinator does to Dak Prescott.
That's right.
Right? So in order to elevate Dak Prescott, you got to get the wisdom tooth out. That's mandatory in life. You got to go under some anesthesia. They got to pull that out, and you're going to wake up telling secrets that you didn't want mama to know.
So yeah, he was the problem all the time. That's the secret you're going to tell.
So, it's if we really want to see Dak Prescott potential, Kellen Moore has to go. You talked about the route patterns. There's 3 route patterns. It's a check. It's either a check to the inside, a check to the outside, a slant, or a go.
Vertical. That's right.
For the wide receivers. For the tight ends, it's a post. Or this is what I hate about Kellen Moore. 3rd and 10. Okay, the 3rd and 30 was all Dak Prescott and T.Y. Hilton. All right. That's where you got to give props to. 3rd and 10 before T.Y. Hilton, a 2-yard, a 3-yard underneath route. A check down to Kellen Moore or to Tony Pollard or to Zeke. Like, that's all Kellen Moore there. All right. And Dak Prescott needs to take control of this offense and say, Kellen, I'm checking out of that play. You've seen Daniel Jones do it to Jason Garrett when Jason Garrett was in New York. Mm-hmm. Daniel Jones blew Jason Garrett off and called his own damn play. It's time for Dak Prescott to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. What you got, Big Chris?
Oh, I'm just enjoying the banter between you lovely Cowboy fans. It's just so amazing. I thought, I love the education that I was getting tonight and everything like that. I'm being facetious. Y'all know I am. Hey, I love Cowboy fans. I love them. I love everybody. Cowboy Corner brother, it's nice to meet you, man. I love
you guys.
I love going back and forth with Cowboy fans, okay, because I am one. But all I'm saying is, when it comes to our quarterback, because it keeps coming back to him, okay. All I'm saying is, when he's doing great, we love him. When he has a bad game, he's the worst ever. And I want us Cowboy fans to be more consistent too. You want the quarterback to be consistent? Let's be consistent ourselves, okay? Let's just not knee-jerk every time something bad happens when Dak is on the field, okay? Because, half of those 15 we've all talked about, half of those 15 wasn't Dak's fault. But since now it's a stat, people are throwing that at him. He had threw 15 interceptions. But as Cowboy fans, if you watch every one of those, 15 interceptions wasn't his fault. But since he's having the worst season ever, we're knee-jerk. Okay? I just need us to pump our brakes. I still think we're going to beat the brakes off of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's my thoughts. I think we're going to beat the brakes off of them. Okay? But us waving the white flag, Cowboy fans, that's oh, Lord, we lost already. It's Monday. We done lost.
I don't think I'm giving up on the Cowboys. I'm not. I'm personally want to see them win. For what this season has been going, this season has been a roller coaster ride. I mean, okay, yeah, we can be delusional and say, oh, it's okay, because that's exactly what they're doing. They're saying it's okay. We're gonna keep moving forward. The hell with that. I'm a Tom Landry and I'm a Jimmy Johnson. That's where I started, and I know how they would handle the Dallas Cowboys.
I got a question. You said it's a roller coaster ride. So would you rather have the 5 hills or the 8 hills that Tampa Bay got?
The what? The who?
We got how many losses we got?
5.
We got 5.
It's 5 hills, right? So would you rather have the 5 hills or you want the 8 hills?
Well, listen.
No, you said it's a roller coaster.
No. And listen. So let me ask you this, Chris. Let me ask you this. I mean, I understand. Let me ask you this. So you think this has been a perfect season? Yes or no?
Nobody had a perfect season.
Okay, that's why I said roller coaster, sir. That's the reason I said, because we know it hasn't been a perfect season. That is why I said roller coaster ride. Again, my opinion. Okay? So, again, they just made me lose my train of thought. But, again, I want to say this here to you guys as well. And we talk about the run game. What we saw last week, when I say that was probably one of the basic run block schemes I ever seen in my life. I did not see not one offensive lineman release downfield. Why do we think we couldn't run? Because all the linebackers were free. Now, I don't know what Joe Philbin was coming. I understand we made some shuffles and everything and made some rearrangement. But damn, I expect something out of that front line. But you don't double team every play and you leave your linebackers wide open. So, Joe Philbin, you have blame in this as well. So, Joe Philbin, I don't need you here to get a check. I need you to come drop a run block scheme that's going to get us first down.
I agree.
So it's like I said, it's more than just that. So that's why I call it the roller coaster ride. Because I'm just like you. You like to sit and observe the game. That's what I do. I watch everything. I watch the whole detail of the game. That's what I do. And I'm going to pinpoint exactly where the problem comes from. We put Mullen. Why did we put Mullen in the game? Why did we take Mullen in and take Nashawn Wright out and we put Mullen in? And Mullen got burned. Can somebody answer that?
I was still confused about that.
Dan Quinn.
Honestly, man, what's to say that they aren't just seeing what the hell they got? Because it's not like we don't have a play. What do you mean? It's the perfect time. No, G. No, G, because that's not true. This is the perfect time for that. Because let's be real, man. This game didn't matter. It mattered, but it didn't. And if you're already in a point where it's like they're not gonna win, so you gotta see what you got.
He started, bro. He started. Mullen started.
No, Mullen started next week. Okay, cool. That's great. I'm glad he started. That's the fourth corner we've seen after Anthony Brown. We gotta see what we got. When do I want to see him? I want to see him now. I want to see him Monday night. I want to see him now. In a game that, if we win, great. We have a chance to get the 2 seed, which guess what? We wouldn't have got either way. And if we don't win, it don't matter because we're still going to be the 5 seed and we're still going to be going to Florida. If you're going to see what you got, it might as well be in a week 18 meaningless game.
I get it.
Might as well be.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. But so you're saying Nashawn Wright played bad?
Mm-mm.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I don't care about that. I want to see if we're going to start. The whole point of these last few games after this dude, that's why it's been so sloppy. Think about it, man. We started with Kelvin Joseph. It went from Kelvin. Then it went to Nashawn. It's like, all right, we got something good with Nashawn. We got some other guys.
Right.
We got. All right, we got in Mullins. So bring in Mullins. Let's see what he got. We got in Xavier Rose. You don't think they're going to bring in Xavier? I mean, it's like, we got to see, and it's like, if it's going to come at a time, it might as well come now because what are we playing for? And I want to preface what I said.
I'm a different breed.
Stuck on what I said about Dak Prescott having the worst season he's ever had because, and this is all I want to preface, because when I said that, I followed it up with one simple thing. All that is not going to matter in these next few weeks. It's time to rinse it off the back and wash it down. But you can't run from the fact. Are you telling me that this isn't the worst season he's ever had? As he's played in these 12 games, these aren't the worst 12 games. And not to say that he hasn't had some games where he played well, but as a season, as a whole, from what we've come to expect from Dak Prescott, you telling me this isn't the worst season he's ever played?
It's up there.
We'll take the numbers. We'll take the 12-5, and we'll just say, the hell.
You know what? No, I will take it back. The worst season he ever played is that season that everybody always talks about. That season that he was on pace to throw for 6,000 yards. You know what our record was?
2-3 when he got hurt.
Yeah, he's throwing over 30-some passes a game. Shit, of course he was on course for 6,000 yards when you're throwing 30-some passes a game. But
I want it to work, but I can't ignore what I'm looking at.
Exactly. That's exactly.
And you know who else led the league in interceptions? Super Bowl winning team last season. Because it's not like Matthew Stafford wasn't throwing interceptions left and right last year for the Rams either. They still won the Super Bowl. None of that, all that can be washed off simply by doing what I know you're capable of doing on Monday night. All that can be washed off. And the fact is, with the weapons that he has, he's going to get a lot of the damn credit. So he gets a lot of the damn blame too.
Time will tell, my friends. Time will tell. Cowboys Corner, we sure appreciate you coming on here. What other handles do you have we can find you at?
Yeah, Cowboys Corner right here on YouTube. And you know, I ride the waves. My channel is strictly based. It's all opinionated, based, very biased. What I think on Cowboys Corner. So I do ride the 5 bumps. That could have been 6 if it wasn't for the 98-yard Houston Texans drive, blah, 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 blah. Right. We can get on that later. But, but that's where you
give him credit for that.
Cowboys Corner right there on YouTube. And then _ Cowboys Corner on the Twitter. That's all I got, man. But I appreciate you guys letting me come on. That's a good thing that you got fans come on here. That Felicia, man, she cracked me up in the background. I don't know if y'all can see me laughing, but I was rolling. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Cowboy. Come back and see us again, my friend. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, that's what's up. All right, there it is. We brought some folks in, and here we are at the time to make our predictions. So let's get to it. What do y'all guys think? Let's get these scores in, and let's talk about it. Let's start with you. Allow me to butt in. What do you got, brother?
We're winning this game. We're -2.5. It's a 45.5 point over under. I got 31-27 Cowboys.
Woo! 31-27 Cowboys. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. That was Cowboy Chris. What's your numbers, brother?
With our quarterback, he plays well. We average 30 points a game. Cowboys 32. Tampa Bay 9.
Woo.
All right. All right. That's what we want to see anyway. We want to see them kick some butt. Well, my scores, fellas, I'm gonna go with 23-17 Cowboys. We win our first game on the road since 1993, so this will be the game that we break that, and we will move on to take on those Philadelphia She-Goals. How about that? So anyway, guys, we want to say thank everybody for taking their time, for stopping through and hanging out with us and just doing some Cowboy talk. And as we prepare for this game, not Sunday, but Monday. Can you imagine what the ratings going to be like? Oh, man. But so anyway, guys, with that being said, we're going to call it. And like I always say, don't nothing come to a sleeper but a dream. So let's make it happen. Dallas Cowboys. Deuces.